Hello, visionary, and welcome back to my channel. This is Raquel of Raquel and Davidian. Unleash your genius. And in this video, I'm going to talk a little controversy and drama around Jovian Archive. That is the main business in human design. See you on the inside. Love a little bit of controversy, a little bit of drama. So I find it really important to talk about because I believe that we are on the edge of a new human design evolution. I believe that we are bringing forward information that no one else is talking about, and it's through witnessing and experimenting and bringing together all of the pieces that are included in human design and seeing it in a new way. So as you know, we are moving into the 2027 mutation. If you don't know about this 2027 mutation, I have a ton of information on it, and most importantly, my book, Are You a Mutant? So in order to go into this topic, we need to go back to the start of human design. Human design was downloaded during a 8-day experience with what Ra Uru called the voice. He was given correlations between ancient and modern day sciences, the correlation between the I Ching, the chakra system, astrology, the Kabbalah, and modern day quantum physics. He merged them together and created the rave chart. The information that was brought through during those 8 days is pretty much the most extraordinary information that I've seen or heard from any spiritual teacher body of knowledge in my study. And I'm not saying I've studied everything. I'm not saying I know everything, obviously, but I have studied a lot, and I am a light worker. I'm a spiritual practitioner. I have been studying shamanism, energy work, Reiki healing. I have my master's in spiritual psychology. I've been doing deep child healing work, and a student of Joe Dispenza, so many things. But what human design is, it brings all of these pieces together in a practical way to exist here on the planet as a human. A lot of spiritual teachers talk about this new mutation, and human design breaks it down and shows you energetically and aura mechanically how the mutation is going to happen. Again, Are You a Mutant? My book will break it down if you want more information on that. Right now, I'm talking about the drama around Jovian. So Ra created the information, created a business, and then he passed away. Suddenly, the family then is running the business. And because it's a business, you know, there's no more Ra Uruhu, so they need to control the business. And the way they're controlling the business is controlling their certifications. So once you get certified by Jovian, you need to abide by their rules. Now, there's an inherent problem with this. Human design says there's one rule to follow: your inner authority. So you can't be an authority to someone's inner authority. You can't tell someone what to do when someone's inner authority is the final control. And that's based on the knowledge. Now, Ra Uru knew this, and everyone in Jovian knows this, and at the same time, they're running a business, and they've lost track of what a dichotomy this creates. And it seems so frigging obvious to the mutants of the world, but when you're in a tribal system, you just take that on, like, oh, sure, I'll do your certification, sure, I'll follow your rules, even if my inner authority gives me a or a no, right? So then what happens is people get certified, and then they continue on their educational system, and they get deeper and deeper into this tribe, and then the tribal rule takes over their life. So they have to abide by the tribal rule of Jovian. And it's so subtle that they don't realize they're slowly but surely uh, cutting themselves off at the knees in the system that they're teaching. So they stop living their design in order to follow the Jovian rules. And this is why no one has any real potency anymore within Jovian. And they're like writing on their YouTube channels, oh, only get certified with Jovian people. Jovian's the only powerful people. Jovian's the entire certification is the only thing. It's the most crazy thinking because people are being downloaded with the intel and having personal experiences with it and sharing it and transforming people's lives and giving people knowledge and creating life change. So my students are having life changing experiences in my classes because I go slow. I don't have to follow a system specifically. I go deep. I have a spiritual psychology background, so I help people heal. I let people share. I let people bring in what's going on in their lives, and they get to know each other, and they get to experience this transformation through the dynamic of sharing and being in a community and getting support, getting spiritual guidance as well. We do meditation, we do energy work, and it's profound. So for someone in Jovian to just make a blanket statement that because I'm not Jovian, my students aren't going to have the level and the power based on this information. It's ridiculous. And not to mention that Jovian actually kicked me out. So I did get certified through Jovian. But because of a video that I made, they gave me 24 hours to take the video down, and they didn't like what I was saying, and it had to do with one of the teachers who had this ego issue because my video was probably, maybe doing better than hers. And I've watched this with other YouTubers who are, really growing and getting bigger than Jovi, and then they tell them they have to stop their YouTube channel. So that to me is completely ridiculous. And come 2027, the Jovian tribe is going to fall apart like every other tribe. And so this teacher gave me 24 hours to take my video down. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, all I'm doing is sharing my experience with the knowledge. And I was like, I'll take it down. But it was very, like, 24 hours, first of all, is a ridiculous time frame because I could have been out of town. I could have been doing something. I could have been busy. So she gave me 24 hours or she's taking my certification away. So I followed her guidance and I took my video down. And as a matter of fact, I'll give you a link to that video now. It's unlisted. And then afterwards, I was like, that's not cool. And I just said, look, if you're going to control me, I don't know if I really want your certification. And that was it. She took it away. That was a rude thing for me to say, but at the same time, it was my truth. And so she took it away. And I'm surprised this woman has, and I'm not going to say her name, but the fact that she's leading part of Jovian still, it's, people like that do those level of ego trips, control trips, and all that bullshit. It's not going to survive come 2027 because this is the time when the individual is going to shine. And what that means is that it has to be done in each person's unique individual way. That's the drama. And I believe we're onto something completely new in our new evolution of human design. So please, I'll put some links in the link below, some of the discoveries we've made in human design. I believe it's the new mutation, the new evolution. And I'd love to invite you to follow along and learn about the new discoveries in human design and join us on some of our classes that we have coming up. So thanks for being part of this community. It's truly an honor to guide you through, to help you crack open your uniqueness and assist you in unleashing your genius.
I've seen the greatest minds of Generation X, Y, Z, and Millennials spin out into madness. The madness of conspiracies that left them reeling in confusion. So here's to those who think calmly outside the box. Here's to the wild women, men, and multidimensional androgyny. The stars see the artists, the misfits, the outcasts, the rebels. They always know how to bend the rules. See a line but not follow it. Notice the path but go a different way. See through the layers of darkness, control, manipulation, and confusion. You can knock them down from the pedestal, call them names, or maybe quote their genius. You sometimes glorify them or make fun of them, but what you cannot do is make them fall into place. These are the people who, once they break the common boundary, they mutate things, create a new path for others to follow behind. You might notice them as the freaks, but that's not what we see. We see the brilliance in them, because those dreamers who believe something needs to be different and demand to live uniquely as themselves rather than follow along are the ones who change the world. Here's to those misfits. We see your genius. Outcasts, artists, rebels, light workers, I am calling you. And for those of you who don't know, I'm asking you, are you a mutant too?